Ainin technika to konyu Peter Valfi hadano ay gunanong kay mihimon je nasta JP to tanikan nasta kene ay glory mag ay divine haday gente mo je ay jenato to at bueno jenato to at ino ay manji kenje kay mihidia je kay motia je kay mihije ko je ma je bueno ya.
Oya nino Peter Ralph di hadu ni ga ga ta ma ke ya chi shi ban jin jan we ya ta zwan sto zwan jin do no na sta ma na no ya what sima do no ma ka chu ta zwan jin ya jan ma sin do ma ke ya na sta na da da jan ma gu ya ma sto.
Shortly, Jerry and Anne are going to go back in rooms back there, and they'll be translating. It'll be consecutive translation, so the person speaking or testifying will speak, and then they'll translate it into the appropriate dialect or into English.
Question de gachpehini na katanan ni ma Jerry. Kung kaya hui tamanan je wenje inoy mataw se hajit ke Jerry chaka ya hui tamana win de muswa ay matawa.
We was staying down one in a Gia na to Hona Megazan and Mwega and we go to Nihajanda and stress then none on the was we not to have a share charma Makamusharma Makanika.
And so what we'll do now is we'll get them to go back, and then we'll test the system and make sure it's working for everyone in terms of your headsets. So do you guys want to go back? Actually, might as well. I think that Jerry and Anne should be back there now. Are you getting translation? Just one moment. And everyone's set is powered up, though. Are they? You've got the numbers there? Anne can hear us? And Jerry, can you hear us? Is the Mushwa translation coming through? Yes? Okay, again, welcome, Jibo Kat Nan. There is tea and coffee here. Please help yourself and make yourself comfortable. There's also a tent behind the Mary May Center, and so if anyone needs to get away and some time outside of this room, I know that during the course of this inquiry, things will get intense. Jerry. We're good to go? Yeah. The one that's left, the healing services workers, are they? Okay. What's that? Okay. Okay. Bear with us, everyone. We're trying to work out the kinks here. This is new for all of us. So I think what's happening right now is Anne is translating and then Jerry is translating after Anne, and that might be the way it's going to work. We were hoping it would be simultaneous, but if it's not, that's what we'll have to go with. The healing services worker is going to come in, or finished? They didn't do the translation. So the plan today is we'll start officially in a few minutes, and then we're going to have a prayer from Elder Panashaway. Then we're going to have opening statements from the commissioners, and then drumming from Joachim Nui. I'd also like to point out in the back of the room, the healing services workers who are all wearing blue vests. And you can connect with them at any time if you're finding any of the material that's coming up during the inquiry difficult and would like their support. And lunch, we're breaking around 11:45 and coming back at 1:15. It's also important to note that the inquiry today is being live streamed and recorded, and you'll be able to find a link on our website and also on the Facebook page. Now that we're ready to go, I'll pass it over to our hearing clerk to open the session.
The formal hearings of the inquiry respecting the treatment, experiences and outcomes of Innu in the child protection system is now starting. Please stand to welcome the Commissioners James Igloliorte, Anastasia Cupi and Mike Devine.
Bear with us, the leadership are also going to come in and have that right here. Please be seated.
Please be seated.
Welcome, commissioners, in leadership, elders. To start us off today, we're pleased to welcome Sheshatshiu Innu leader Jokwesh Panashwe, who will open this session with a prayer.
Manito Chimate, Elboshen Matochem, Dodge Juichita, Nantam Stamiana, Chewanato Ma, when the Mato Jiman upon Yak, the Jetta, Kashagat, Mechewawi Tanjewa, Jimmy Jetia, Jimia, or Taishnawak, and Ohishnawak, when the Mato Chem to the G, Benapunya. No toinen was kurgat in Jamash Monta, Senigar Jama Papan, Stabay Jonas, Specialty window was what you made to test it. Ashamananchi, Gashakat, Poeshagan, Pay, which is with a Spania, Ego Pemnan, Yaga, Special Mitiga Trimet, Ego Investenum Nan, Chicago, the Ego Poquinan, got to come to go Chimate. Maar niet dat we schatten gaan als niet schakelen naar hem om naar zijn schemdo Chui Jomokas Noid, the Shadish Quote, Everything Digiton Tausin, Gigiton Tauso, Tokos Sejo, Star Managing Shem, Togo, Sudim, Tona, Gavastadia, Gisge, Jen Piatim, Tona. Evolution Matochem, Dojejiman, the Punya, which she thought all the snow, Kanegatinda Kaya, she thought all the Miananta. Vanista Toshkat Nagashas Nishkabina, Mium Noshun, Shem Tortrijum, Kasno, the Shadishko, everything Gigiton Taushin, Gigiton Tausho, Tokos Seju, Storm Managing Shem, Togo, Sedotim, Tona, Kabastatiat, Anojish, Jenipiat, Aimtona. O technica con corso de voto camino manito cimei. E votata non unione si dice quando non avete avuto queste tossegge. No coco ci pentanci ci hai no i si fian pa i ci govna porta. I was going to say just a short, and my English not very good. I wish I had to speak English very good. I want to say just a short, like her job, Nastash and I see equality. She's going to start something. I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy in my heart. This is first time it's going to happen, this job. I hope it's going to work. Always, when I think I'm going to say something short. Before I go in my house, I just get practice. We say so many times. For a long time, I have suffered. Nous ici jouen pour Saint-Vendu du mien ici jouen. Sheshatshiu Innu First Nation. I see me Innu Winnabono. Sheshatshiu Innu First Nation. Sheshatshiu Innu now. Sheshatshiu Innu me jito semagak. Me eto setuje. Bueno to se ono. Cheut nago. Si to nanto jeji. Thank you.
Thank you, Elder Chokwesh Panashaway, for that beautiful prayer and your thoughts. Your words will help us guide us forward in this important work during this inquiry. We'd now like to give the commissioners an opportunity to make opening statements. Commissioner Igloliorte, I'm not sure the order, but I'm assuming go ahead. And again, I'd remind you to go as slow as possible to allow the translators to translate.
Thank you so much for being here. Respected leaders, thank you for being part of our opening sessions and ceremonies for the inquiry. "60 years ago, I came to the hospital on the other side of the river. I was 13 years old. At the same time, in the hospital, was Shamani Selma, Jack's brother. He was the first Innu boy I had ever met. At that time, the other side of the river was the IGA hospital, and it was a healing place for all of Labrador. But I think we can see in 60 years that the healing place is now on this side of the river. All the work that has been done here, all the meetings that you've had over the years, the preparation you have done in starting to heal your community is showing us that Innu are capable and should be handling their own affairs. This inquiry is designed by the parties, that is, the governments of Canada, the governments of Newfoundland and Labrador, and the Innu governance.
Jim, I hate to interrupt, but Jerry needs more time.
Good.
He needs to collect his thoughts, and so I think that we need to say a sentence or two and then wait for a period of time. And maybe we can get someone to signal for Jim when he can go again. Maybe someone who's Wishiwa.
Yep.
Translation.
Good. We recognize that the Innu have started their own path of healing. The Innu themselves and the governments recognize that the care of children should belong to your community. Our job as commissioners is to help you along that path. One important part of our job has been to make sure that we work with the people of Sheshatshiu and Natwashish. So before we even come into the community, we have to let people know that we will be respectful and take our time so that people get to know who we are. That has been an important part of our work. And I thank all of the people who are working with the Commission from your communities and have done such a good job. The second part, which we find very important, is to provide good healing facilities and good people to help in this difficult period. All of the existing healing services in Netwashish and Shadadit have taken 50 years to build. And you have done a fabulous job. You have had 50 years to get ready. We have had 5 months to get ready. So I'm very proud of our healing services lead and all of the inquiry healing services people for the job they have done. I would ask them, please, if they would stand for one moment. Thank you very much. We have our elders and we have our leaders here, and we're very grateful for the role that they are playing in this inquiry. Because we will be examining many difficult issues involving the law, we should recognize that for the Government of Canada and for the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador, for the Innu Nation, for the families, for the inquiry, we have these dedicated, educated professionals to help us. And I will ask them, our lawyers, their lawyers, to please stand, and so you can see who they are. Thank you very much. You will continue to see all of these people over the many hearings we will be having in your two communities. I wish to say thank you to Eastern Audio for providing exceptional service for recordings and to preserve what you are telling us as part of your history. We understand that what we have to do today and until this inquiry is done must be the Innu way. We must respect your language, your culture, and your strength. In many parts of the way you govern yourself, you have already proved that you are capable of doing a good job. And with your help, with the help of all the parties, we want to make sure this continues. After today, we will be told the history of the communities. We will begin to hear that on Friday of this week. And that will continue for both communities into next week. Later on, as time goes on, we will be hearing from individuals and families. We understand that this will be a difficult period and process for all of you. But your job of taking over child protection is much harder than our job. It will not take months, it will take years. But you have told us we must start somewhere, and this is how we are beginning. We want to show you that we have our tea dolls up front here, and we'll be using them for the entirety of the inquiry. It reminds us who we are working for, and that is a serious responsibility. You have always had the right way of raising your children, and we must be sure that you continue that responsibility as you have always done. I will now offer Anastasia and Mike a chance to give their opening remarks to Ms. Scimmiton.
Is it on? Okay. I'm going to speak in my language, so if people want to put on their headsets. I know, we see when Johnny Runastas in Usko, the student was Simmet, Magni Hood no Simmet. Mag, can't hear him? Okay.
Okay. And then you translate. Okay. My name is Nastash, and I have 3 kids and 2 grandchildren.
Good.
I would like to welcome the elders and the leaders for being here.
I know,
It has been 6 years that we have waited for this inquiry to start, and we have waited long enough to we were in Toronto with the leaders, Eugene Hart, John, and Simeon. When we were there, we were talking about that we need to work together for the sake of the children. And the families who have lost their loved ones through the system. And that's where it started. It was a round table, and we were talking about the effects of the child protection system in Sheshatshiu and Natwahish. And it was said that there should be an Innu take part in the inquiry in the commissioners, and that was requested. To work with the other commissioners. And then they asked me to work with these other commissioners. So Judge Glordy is leading this inquiry, and also Mike Devine is there with us, and there are 3 of us here. We were also asked to work this independently, not to have government to be here with us, but only work on their behalf. This is the first time that the Innu to have this inquiry to find out about the child protection system. We see that in our communities what my child protection system has done to us. We see it in our children. And this is how the inquiry will work. We are here to listen to the people who will testify. Just like Judge Iglordi said, because this will be a start to work on our healing. It has been hard work doing this work to work for our people and those who work with us. And there will be many people who will talk. And there will be lawyers for the families who will speak on their behalf. And it will be hard to listen to those who were affected by the child protection system. We knew this, what the government has done. And today we will start on our journey to help ourselves, and we will listen to others speak this week. As you can see in the schedule, we will listen to elders talk regarding the child protection system. We are all coming from what our parents, grandparents told us, how hard it was here to be here. I always heard my mother say, I wish I could speak English. Because she saw and knew what child protection did to her family. That is where we get our information, the things that we will work on through this inquiry. We have started controlling our own education and the support income programs that we have here in our community. We will take what government has offered us and we will work on it for our own communities in our own way, because a lot of things have us broken in our lives. So we will try to work with each other, to have the strength to help, because everyone here has a role in through the healing system. And I would like to thank the people who work at the IRT and their workers who are helping out and for their support. And I thank you for coming and to tell you what our role is. Thank you.
I will also, okay, let's see what I do. Okay. I also should take this opportunity to thank you, Anne, and you, Jerry is our other interpreter, for doing a fabulous job and making sure that as
Tadaskumat na undang una ni Manjerium.
this time we speak in Innu and we make sure that people who understand
Kaya hanap pa yung chiwi tamago itan yung mahanui tamago daw. Kaya jeji tat kaya hitamay jehit may panya ko yung
we've given
may
them
na
a hard job to do.
kaya naman nung manutos sa no mi anchi daw.
This is going to work out really well.
Kaya tsaka manapuno din yung tsaka manapuno din yung kahit majehit. Kaya tsunaskumat na uya wi chow he kunta ko na.
That we have. You do it.
Yeah, we'll take a 10-minute break now, and there's coffee and tea.
Ego, hasta escrito ko.
Hello. Did anybody lose a phone? Somebody found a phone here and brought it up to the front. So if anybody lost a phone, it's in the front.
We'll resume with Commissioner Mike Devine. Jerry and Anne, are you ready to translate? Yeah. Commissioner Devine?
Thank you. Want to welcome you and thank you for allowing us to have these hearings in your community on Innu land. No. Closer. Louder. Thank you.
I'm going to go 17 Matai Mike Devine.
I'll start again.
Sorry, 1 second. You're just on English.
We welcome you and we thank you for allowing us to have these hearings in your community on Innu land. I have learned a lot since I began working on this inquiry. And I know that I have so much more to learn. We may make mistakes along the way, but we are here to listen. To learn, and when we stumble, we rely on the Innu to steer us in the right way. I think most people that are here today have familiarity with my co-commissioners, Cupi and Igliorti. So as the least known person here, I want to share with you something about myself. I grew up in a small rural community about 90 kilometers from St. John's. I am the middle of 7 children, middle child that is. And my father was a fisherman. I grew up in the Irish Catholic tradition in that area. My wife and I like to say that we have 6 children and 6 grandchildren between us. 4 grandchildren in Alberta and 4 at home. One more thing about myself growing up is that my grandparents lived with me when I was growing up.
You live with your grandparents.
It's really hard to talk this slow, especially for an Irishman. Part of our terms of reference is that we do no further harm. We know that telling your stories will be hard, but we hope that it will lead to healing. We know that you, your parents and grandparents, have been affected in one way or another by the child protection system. So this inquiry is not just about child protection, but is about your community as a whole. Part of the healing process for the inquiry in supporting you as you tell your story is the healing services that we have in place both during the inquiry and after, for those who will need that help. We hope that throughout the inquiry, we will educate Newfoundlanders and Labradorians settlers like me about the serious harms that the colonial governments of Newfoundland and Canada have inflicted on the Innu. We see the inquiry as one of many steps that need to be taken on the path to reconciliation. In our work thus far at the inquiry, we have been quite impressed with the services that you already have put in place. The prevention services that you have, that you have decided and you have guided and implemented in your communities, are a good path for the future. You won't be hearing too much from us commissioners throughout these hearings. But we are here to listen. And not just to listen, but to hear you and what you have to say about the child protection system and your experiences. Okay. Throughout the inquiry, I mentioned the healing support services. I also wanted to mention that these are the folks that you will see in the blue vests, people that are sitting at the back there this morning. So I look forward, as we continue with this inquiry, with your inquiry, that it will have a good outcome as you take over child welfare, and as you continue on the healing path for your community. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Devine. And we now invite Mushawa Elder Joachim Nui to drum for us.
Hello, 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 hello. Okay. Before my father begins, I'd like to introduce him of what he does and where he came from, and just to show you, for those who don't know him, majority of people from here in Sheshatshiu knows what my father does. Well, originally, his family are from here. He has 2 brothers and 5 sisters, I think. Majority of them have passed on, and there's only 3 of them that still lives here. But I want to go back to when all his family moved to Sheshatshiu. He used to travel to Sheshatshiu and to Snegmuk with his family. But when his parents decided to go back to Sheshatshiu, he decided to stay home, because at that time he was married to my mother and decided to stay with them. And that's how we, I guess, the Nui family was in Natoshish. There was only a small number of us back in the day. So that's how my father was. There was only him and my late brother. My father is 89 years old. And there is 5 boys and 2 girls. And he has a number of adopted kids. So he knows that, I guess, looking after the children from other families, but not in a way that this system that has been looking after the other kids. It's different nowadays. It seems like the CSSD is taking over the grandparents' duty as a caretaker. That's how I look at it. Because he was there, and the grandparents are supposed to look after the young kids, just to, I guess, to keep them busy and so on. So before I say anything about his, what he's going to say, I'd like to, introduce you to my father. He's very respected and known all over the, I guess, coast of Labrador. Every time I meet some people from the coast, they always say, "How's your father doing? Is he still walking around?" Like a teenager, I said. But I'll leave that here, and I'll get my father to say a few words, and I'll translate for you. Because I can't. Okay, that was long, but I'll try. It said about the drum. Back in the day, before anybody can touch the drum, they have to, I guess, get a permission from the father, and before he starts playing the drum, he said he had a dream about the drums himself. That's what the elders did in the past. They dream about the drums before they can take over the singing.
Nina no how to any West Nagmana. West Nagman to any Nina no how. I will know how to hear Naguna. Can I provide my Mamona mean what said one or Tevanica Maganamunoa? And when I can one is to Nagmunaya.
In his dream, there was an elder that came forward with him with the drum. And that's when he decided to make his own drum and start playing. That's where most of his songs came from in his dream.
Acá yo no voy a tener esto, tener que tener como se toda cena tener que pueda ser no ya. Gato con algo tenemos que hacer.
Okay, back in their I guess in their generation, the drum is a very sacred piece of item that needs to be respected. It's not to be used to play around with. And now these days, it seems like everybody's making fun of how they play the drum. That's how he sees it. And most of the people that play the drum are now gone, and there's nobody seems to be around to taking that place, which is very, very important. He said most of his peers that were growing up with him back in the day, all passed on, and there's nobody else here to take over. So he said he's the only one left of all his friends that have been hunting with him back in the day. And he's the only one left in this community.
Todas no te van a decir porque sí.
He also said that back in the day when there was no schools, no buildings to go to, he got most of his all of us at that time got our teachings from our parents. Him as he was taught to hunt and do all of the things that men does from his father. Same thing with the females. They they watch their parents do things. That's how they learn. It's not that they go to school here and doing what we do here today. And that's how we were raised back then. And that's how all of us was able to be where we are right now. Okay. Still knows it because I can see it when I travel on the plane from here to, from Natoshish to Goose Bay. So he knows all the things that, he knows all the area where they went. And basically that's how they were raised back in the day.
And when you man at one university to move. My boy was in that. We have one out in Michigan and we have what the treatment that you was it a Magado, you know, what Monda, you know, then we have one when I was it was more on it. But then you know, they got also there's no doubt to escrow when we said to 8 1. Yeah, when I hear no new one, the had entered in that, and when you had a matter, when no new one here hadn't, it's a new one he hadn't.
They said where they were raised and when I've always shared my stories to the young generation to let them know that how we live, and how we, survive in the country. And I usually tell them that this is our lives. This is how we live, and this is life, I guess, in short-term meaning. How they live, and not I guess not this kind of generation. Okay, just give me a second.
Where? That. No, you have done it. Better what on it, better. I go in the Kumai ones. Ako, kani manano sa kanawan. Ah. 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 Ako, ako, ako na muna dyan. Ako na po kate dyan. Tewa na kaya mano ko na. Ako na po kate na kumuna. Ako man to tewa na kaya dyan na kumuja. Kaya na kumuna na minsan. Ako na kumuna na isto mo na kumuna niya. Ako tewa na no. Ako kani manano juga. Kani manano dengan to. Ni ho pero como con kani manano. Ako ina pe ko na kumuna na ko te kana kumuna. Ako kani manano. Setengah mana kani mana jam? Kani mana? Apa tamu mana kamu?
Okay, we move on. Hello. He's going to do a last song, so it's up to everybody if they want to dance again. Ah. This song was his late father's song, so that's one he's going to play.
Machine no mucho que no son. Machine como técnica, machine estamos técnica que ni a que yo shoot na que ni yo que yo estamos. A como mam ne ya. Machine na sa que os moni tada. Os moni seno na galera se que usamos a galera se. Machine to es mo what the man internet. A como me todo no se hace ya. Mot no mucho ya o estaba casi que mucho más casi. Mot no mucho no hace ya. Recuerdan de como una no como como si se no la yo chiben de no vis que mueren de no vis yo chiben no la de si tú dices el tu chico que tu video cuando tu video ya que vemos allí algunas veces no tiene ni se me se no ante no es mi cara todo se me se que se hago una el tu es en tu vida soy de bueno que me esquiva que no can tu han ni me esquiva me se tu han con nada y joden tu buena cuando te sí allí es como ni buena me de nada caminar en ciudad de meses si ya ni yo se mano la tu y no es mis es allí mira la gente me sabe ni no se estudiaba hasta ahora como que se ateva la gente me sabe ni no te ves que ya entonces no sé o el video no llevando usamos es malo todo eso y usted fue si no la entiendo que de mi se no es malo de tu vida bueno no sabemos cómo va
Two. This coming that night? Test 1, 2. In this kamoy, chumum noy, swahim with tamalena. There na. I know. So, you know, but I on the morning at the Pianuzi, how would the Jay-Z to the Sona? Mahodi Trey, say that sent out back. I wouldn't buy, he's at money in the Mohumban seat, I know.
wet tamaji te na wes kat ba mo te ja ino do e na we se mo to ne na ho se mo huma ne mo to mo et ho ni nas mo so he me no ne mo ta da pe su na che no ne mo ga wet tamate na do ran tamne bien ani anda kuna ma ta ta me ha ji dai no che he yu ni kan ho ga tiat bien ai so hem na no na to mi ha ma na ga he ji ha mak the bad was to we see judge glory the bad mum de gondo na ko ya ne ga hi bu ta bu don di de do ni na no to de ji ta ne te we no o ta ma da ne ga hi no ne ga hi ji jai no je de we tu ne ja accept ji do don di de no do ra na ga ho bu do musta ta bu don we ra ga ho ji ta de te we ne ta ra ma ga no e ko ma nam no da no de na wa no je e hen ma da che no te we na we ta ma da no Minister Menendez and Asta it sit maje ino ga sei no te to je mare ai Mr. Shega and I na kai mbede ai simera di je zo we ji guna dia ino ji na ino je wan ji ben je wan ino ma ino we the same go ino je wa we ji go join e wa ino Menendez ba ino man na to je wan mi je ino kai ma hi je wan de utta de ga that I didn't know we got with kai masai Judith. Where's Judith Ray? Go to Judith ni got with I know ya ni ma squeeze de Ontario ma go to ya ma squeeze on de jeep but ma do na mane si tere do na de charge of na de ya ma squeeze de Toronto. Sto we ha mi je na ni de do dia de Toronto. Sto we ha mi je na no. Mi je na no mo hunde do je ga ta wi no dia ji we te bang ji so we no te ska do mo je sputo benobut mag mi je pato mi na no ko na te ji ta hu no ne ga ta de no ga ko ne my residential school ai ko ne ma hi ko bo ko ja ta ne ji ga tsna go hu ya mo ri ni ne ju ap sta ni hai na ji ta hu na ta na ga ta mag pi mo no ne no stamahan ne mi no nan je ga ta wi no ni nan je ji ni ga no dia oh ni ma picnic no do mo ne o ma sko ne minister e ko pi ko no ma na ja na o ne no picnic ga bu ji ho ji man da pu bia chi ji la e ko ai no ne te bia ji no nan den magnus ko mo so e mag so wo te won hi jwa ha ma chen ut ma no te mo ji te ra o dis ko do I don't know if maybe I was already translated. Okay, I'll just go and translate for myself then. So I was like to thank Joachim, the elder. It's an honor actually to have Joachim here because since the elder in our community passed away a few years back, that was playing the drum, Joachim took over the invites because he's the only drummer now. But I was telling Judge Glory back in the day when my dad's not from here originally, but my grandfather was the drum player, and my dad was telling me how he couldn't sit in my grandfather's drum playing times for a while before he got accepted. So it wasn't something that was natural. You had to be, I guess, get to know and get accepted after a while. So they're very sacred. And the way I see it, he's the one that keeps an eye on both communities because it's like the way I see it in my views is he's our leader. He's the top leader. He's the grandfather. And I think the grandfather and the grandmother in the communities are the key for the household. Doesn't matter if you have your own house. That's where every grandchildren will run to if they're in trouble or just wanting something from the grandparents. But it is important to see this still going on. And I'm happy that he's here actually to witness this today. I'm very honored. And for an elder to help us to start this inquiry, I think is very important. And he probably sees a lot more vision than we see here today, that what's going to come out of it. That's how I see it. Anyway, thank you guys, and hope everyone has a great day.
Thank you very much, Chief Hart, again, and thank you to Elder Nui and Elder Panashaway. I think it was a fantastic start to the day. I'll let Jerry and Ann translate. Are they? Is there translating? Okay. I think we have translating now. Great. Yes, thanks again to Elder Panashaway and Elder Nui. I think it was a very meaningful way for the commissioners and for everyone to hear from you and to hear the drumming. I think those of us who can't hear anything. Okay. I would encourage anyone to read about Elder Nui and also what it means to be a drummer and the significant role that plays in the community. This brings to a close the opening ceremonies today. Tomorrow we'll resume again at 9:30. And tomorrow morning we'll resume again at 9:30. And first we're going to hear from Annie Picard. She's going to give us the Sheshatshiu Innu timeline. If anyone has not seen that, it's a particularly moving and a fascinating account of the history of the Innu. And we'll also hear from two Sheshatshiu elders. We're going to hear from Elder Elizabeth Panashaway again tomorrow, and also Elder Pinot Antoine. So anticipate tomorrow's going to be a full day and hopefully be as meaningful and as helpful as today's opening session was. So again, thank you. So we're finished for the day, but I'd ask for the commissioners and for the lawyers to stay behind for a few moments.
That concludes the formal hearings for today. Thank you all.